Story 1. Am I the a-hole for wearing a wedding dress at a wedding? So, my friend, 20 female, and I, 19 male, have been friends for a few years and she recently got engaged. A week ago, I got a DM from her for a small costume party she was hosting as a celebration for her getting engaged. I asked if there was a theme, and she said there wasn't. I'm a cosplayer, so I had a lot of choices. I didn't want to rock up in an anime cosplay, so I thought it would be funny to go to an engagement party as the corpse bride. I arrived at her house yesterday and everything seemed normal. A few people complimented my costume and I was having a lot of fun. After 10 minutes, my friend's fiance walked out in a black tuxedo and announced this was actually their wedding. Apparently, my friend saw a video of someone doing this and wanted to do the same. He asked us all to go to the backyard for the ceremony to begin. I went straight to him. I asked him if I should quickly go home and change my outfit and that I would get back before it started. He told me it was fine since I didn't know this was the wedding. I trusted him and followed everyone outside. They got married and everything seemed good. The reception was just in their house again, so everyone just walked back inside and picked up where they left off. I tried talking to my friend and celebrating with her, but she kept making excuses to not talk to me. I assumed it was just because she was tired from the big day and wanted some alone time. I didn't bother her after that, and the party soon ended. I got home, and half an hour passed when my phone started getting notifications. I checked, and it was my friend texting me. She was cussing me out and telling me how I ruined her wedding. I was really confused and asked what I did. That only made her more angry. She told me it was basic knowledge not to wear a wedding dress to a wedding. I reminded her I had no idea it was a wedding and that I asked her now husband if I should go change and he said it was fine. She didn't respond, but I got a text from her husband. He asked why I would tell her he said it was fine. I told him he said it was fine. Then he said, I should have changed anyways and it's my fault that the two are now fighting over this. I've tried texting her that I was sorry and if I had known, I wouldn't have done it. I woke up today and saw her and her husband having blocked me on everything. So, am I the a-hole for not changing out of the wedding dress when I found out it was actually a wedding? Your friend is the a-hole. Your friend is absolutely the a-hole. Because look, we talk about weddings like every video now. This is now just mainly weddings. But the thing that gets me is if you want your wedding to be how you dream it, your special wedding day, then don't make it a surprise for everyone attending. The end. I'm sorry if you tell someone that there is a costume party and it's a costume party and people are going to arrive and whatever. Guess what? If you didn't lay any goddamn ground rules, then you don't get any say in anything. I don't even care if once they found out it was a wedding, if this person then went, well, this is my costume, whatever, I'm not changing. And I'd still be on the poster's side. I'm sorry, you don't spring stuff like this on people and then get mad when it doesn't go perfectly your way. And you certainly don't act like this person is acting. What a crappy friend to be so mad at them for this out of nowhere surprise wedding and, oh, you ruined my wedding. What, your friggin' surprise party wedding? I'm sorry, but get over yourself. This one made me really mad. Wow. Story 2. Entitled parents think they can park in my driveway because they want to get to the beach now. I used to live on the bottom floor of a 2-story house in a very popular beach town in North Carolina. I'm in my mid-20s. The upstairs was rented out to top 4 college-age guys, so 5 people, 5-car driveway built for 4, so one of us would either be on the grass or in a paid spot. If you had bills with your name and address, the city would give you a pass to park in certain spaces. So, not a big deal, but finding a spot in the middle of summer was hard. The house is maybe 100 yards to the beach, a pretty short walk, 5 minutes tops with beach gear and little ones. I would leave for work at 6:30 a.m. and return around 5 or 6 p.m. By the time I got home, most of the crowds would be gone, so a paid spot was easy for me to get. So I'd typically leave the driveway for the upstairs guys. One day I was running late and didn't get out of my house till nearly 8. The other guys had left and the driveways were empty. I was walking out to my car and of course the lots are already 90% full or more. As I'm crossing the street, I see a minivan coming up and pull into my driveway. I didn't want to recognize it, so I waited to see if I knew them or they knew the upstairs guys. Out steps polo shirt, visor, bowling shorts, dad, and overly peppy mom with 3 screaming kids. Obviously, no one I know. I backtrack up. Excuse me, do you know the tenants upstairs or have permission to park here? Entitled mom. It doesn't matter, no one parked here and Billy, Bobby, and Brandy have to get to the beach. Me. There's 5 people living there, myself included, and we need to be able to park. Entitled mom. Oh, so where's your car if you live there? Me. In that spot there because I have a pass. And entitled dad. Don't lie to us. You're here just the same as us and upset we know how to park for free. Me. I'm not lying, dude. It's 8 a.m. I'm wearing my work uniform. Entitled mom. We don't need to listen to you. We're going to park and you can do whatever you want. My children have to get to the beach. You're ruining our vacation, so go away. Meanwhile, the kids are climbing on my fence and trees in and out of the street. Me. Okay, I'll just have you towed and you can deal with it later. Entitled dad gets in my face practically nose to nose. Try it and see. This isn't your house. You're just a little crap. Mind you, I'm 5'11" and roughly 190 pounds in fairly good shape. Me. Okay, have a nice day. So I went to my car and waited till they were pretty much at the beach. Like I said, a very short walk, so I go inside, look up a tow service on the other side of town. Hello, yes, I'd like to report a car illegally parked on my property, address 123 street name. Sir, that's an hour away. Yeah, I know, I'm not paying, that's their problem. Okay, be there in an hour and a half. Call my boss. Not gonna be in today. Explained what happened. He's pretty easygoing guy, told me to keep him informed. Tow truck arrives, van gone. I leave my car in the spot and wait. It's 10:30 a.m. or so by now. Sometime around 2 or 3 p.m., there's a very angry knock at my door. Internal thoughts, this is gonna be fun. Imagine the shock when I answered the door, beer in hand, grinning like an idiot. Me, can I help you? Entitled dad and entitled mom. You, where is our van? How did you get here? Me, oh yeah, here's the car that had it towed across town. Gonna be a fun cab ride. Shut the door in their face. More angry yelling and knocking. Me, yes. Entitled dad trying to get in my house. You better get us our van back. I'm gonna kick your butt. I'll have you arrested. Me, get out of my house and call the cops. Not gonna change anything. I managed to shove him out of the door and get it closed and locked. Now I wait. Next 20 minutes are more angry knocking and yelling. Finally, about 4 p.m.-ish, I see some blue lights and there's a much more polite knock at my door. I grew up on the beach. It's a small number of locals. I know 70% of the locals, police, bartenders, shop owners, residents, and I know a lot of people on the island. Me. Oh, hey, Garrett, how's it going? Garrett. Yeah, it's good. These people say you stole their van and broke into this house. Me. Nope, they pulled into the driveway as I was leaving for work. Pulled in attitude, walked away, said I couldn't do anything. So, called Lou on the other side of town. Van's there. I even gave them his card and offered to let them use my phone. Entitled mom. He's lying. He stole our car. I demand he be arrested. Entitled dad storming up behind the officer. If you don't arrest him, I'll have you fired. This is ridiculous. Sir, back up. I'm going to figure this out. ED now shoving past the officer. This is BS. Working his way into my house again. Working his way into my house again, Garrett is able to pull him out and manages to get him pressed up against his cop car. Sir, you're trespassing now. Look over at me. Would you like to press charges? Me. Can you keep him in your car until they get a cab? G. Yeah, I mean, I've got to get a statement and everything. So I gave my statement, went inside, grabbed a beer, went out the back door, up the back steps, and around to the second floor porch, and there I sat smiling till a cab came around 5 or 5:30. My upstairs neighbors showed up, but they didn't play any part in this story. Mwah, chef's kiss. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, maybe having it towed to a place that was an hour away was a bit much, but also they were a bit much. They were extremely rude. And look, even if you weren't the person, even if you didn't live there, the fact that they were going to the beach and they parked in someone's driveway and were then there until, what was it, like 3:30 or whatever the story said? I'm not going to go look it up, but still, that's ridiculous. How did they not think that their car might not get towed? Just, oh my gosh, entitled people, you need to be knocked down a few pegs, and, well, it sounds like this person did just that, so good on them. Bravo. A+, no notes. Story 3. You're CCing everyone about my supposed screw-up? Fine, I'll reply all with my response. This is a short one. We recently launched a project to a select group of beta testers. Late on Sunday evening, I'm not paid to be on call or work on weekends. I get an email from the boss CCing everyone involved in the project that the entire site is down. Please, can I get it sorted urgently as this makes the company look bad? Complete with a screenshot of the problem. I'm really glad for the screenshot. I didn't even need to open my laptop to see what the problem was. I'm mildly peeved at the tone of the email, and I don't think including everyone plus the janitor was really necessary. So I reply all to all, saying that the reason the boss is getting that error is because he has typed the wrong website into his browser. I got a sheepish email from him the next day saying that no, it was actually one of the beta testers that had sent him the message about the website not working in screenshot, and he had just forwarded it, and wasn't he glad that it wasn't actually a problem? Sure, buddy. Very petty, but I got a kick out of it. I mean, is it petty? Is it really petty? Because if he's seeing everyone in this email, then obviously he wants everyone in the loop, so you're just doing what the boss would have done and kept everyone in the loop about it, you know? That's the way you do things, folks. You play by the boss's rules. And because the bosses don't like it when other people play by their rules, sometimes you make them look like fools. And you know what? That's a good thing, most of the time. Look, I'm in a mood today. I'm fired up, and frankly, I'm sick of some of these people acting like jerks. And if you can find ways within the rules that get back at them, maybe teach them a little lesson, then maybe you should do that. Story 4. My crazy aunt tries to steal my MacBook, and when she can't, she breaks it. So, I, a 17 female, and also on mobile, this is my EP story. My auntie and her 3 children came from Texas to visit us for the weekend. I wasn't happy because her oldest son, 19, would always pick on me when I was younger. It was the first time in 10 years that she visited. She comes into our house with oldest son and a younger son, 12, and younger daughter, 8. I put on my best fake smile and say hi. I tell the 2 youngest that they can go upstairs and play on my Xbox until supper. I sit down beside my twin brother and my mom. I do lots of video editing / Photoshop, etc., and Final Cut Pro X is my software of choice. I got a 15-inch MacBook Pro a few months ago because of this, and my 2013 iMac wasn't cutting it. As everyone was talking and my brother and I were using our phones because our mom said we had to be down here to catch up with everyone, entitled Aunt went upstairs to see the house. I followed her and offered to show her around the house. When she goes up there, she sees my MacBook and asks whose that is. This is how the convo goes. entitled Aunt, me, or Krusty. Entitled Aunt: Krusty, whose laptop is that? Me: That's my laptop. Well, can I hold it? Sure. Entitled Aunt holds it. Entitled Aunt: Wow, Krusty, this feels nice. Can I keep it? Absolutely not. Well, I'll pay you. This was probably like $500. This is a $5,000 laptop. I worked my butt off for this thing. I'm not just going to give it to you. Krusty, I deserve it. I haven't seen you guys in 10 years, and you don't even get me a gift? Is that my fault? I don't think so. Well, since you won't give it to me, you shouldn't be able to use it either. This bee opened the laptop and threw it on the ground, then stepped on it with her high heels. If we had carpeted floors, the laptop would have probably been fine, but we don't, and once she stepped on it, I knew it was done. I call my mom and dad, and they come running up. My mom asks why she did it, and she literally mumbled, because she wouldn't give it to me. She and all her children are banned from our house. I'm turning 18 in less than a week, so I will wait until I'm officially an adult to be able to sue her for damages. Wish me luck. Edit: Holy cow, thanks for the silver. First post to get gilded. Edit 2: I am going to file a police report and hopefully sue her. Congrats, you did it. Edit 3: I have filed a police report and we're going to court. Let's do this. Edit 4: I'm 18. I can sue this bee for my money. The trial is tomorrow. Edit 5: I won the case. I showed pics and everything to the judge, and my mom and dad heard the screaming, and when they came up, they saw her stepping on the laptop and took pics. She owes me a lot of money. I am so happy. First off, I'm so happy that there are edits so that we get closure to this story and know that everything turned out the way that I think we all really wanted it to turn out. But also, this is ridiculous. I don't want to, Obviously, some of these stories might come across as like, I don't know if it's necessarily real, and maybe this was or wasn't, but there are people like this entitled aunt in the world. They're the most entitled, the most ridiculous, and getting sued is just the least of what they deserve. What an absurd thing to do when you're not just given a ridiculously expensive and admittedly overpriced laptop. Macs are not worth it that much, poster. I mean, they are sold for that much, but they're not worth that much. I'm anti-Mac. Try and stop me. I do all sorts of stuff. I got a PC, whatever. It's not just because I can't afford a Mac. Shut up. Also, Final Cut Pro X. Final Cut took a nosedive years ago. I hope you've moved on to something better because you sound like a cool person and you deserve better than what Mac did to Final Cut. Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.